Alright guys, we are back with more of the Cycle Storm deck. Today I'm trying kind of a big change to the deck. We're going base green instead of base black. And the reason for that is twofold. First, we get Land Grant. So Land Grant is great because it's a spell, which triggers Storm. One of the things I was running into with the previous iteration of the deck is I wasn't getting a high enough Storm count with Reaping the Graves to fill my graveyard, or to recover all the cards I've played. And then I could kind of run out of cards. So getting cards that kind of incidentally add Storm really help with Reaping the Graves. So Land Grant is great in that aspect because, number one, it thins our deck. So you cast Land Grant, you get a land out of your deck. So now there's less cards for you to draw into that are like not great for you. And then the second is it's a castable spell when we're going off. So let's say we've like played a bit, right? We have like all three forests in play. Then we draw a Land Grant. Odds are, you know, if we have these in play, the rest of our land cycle. So unless we specifically draw this swamp, we can just cast this and fail to find. So it's 0 mana, add a storm count, and also it goes to your graveyard to fuel Threshold. So it's like a land that enters your graveyard to fuel Threshold, thins your deck. It kind of just does everything. That limits us to green, but that's actually not so bad because we get to play Tinderwall. So Dark Ritual costs 1 mana and it adds triple black. So you end up +2 mana on that exchange. Tinderwall costs 1 and adds only 2 mana. So it only is +1 mana unless you've played it the turn previous. So if you go like turn 1 Tinderwall, turn 2 Sacrifice, then it's a 0 mana +2. So it's like casting Dark Ritual. But the upside is this is a creature. So if you sacrifice it and it goes to your graveyard, that now powers up Songs of the Damned. So effectively playing and sacrificing Tinderwall is kind of like casting Dark Ritual, if we're comboing off, in the sense that it adds 2 and then it adds a third for Songs of the Damned. But then even better, you can get it back with Reaping the Graves to keep doing that. So it's pretty nice, and this also solves, well, kind of solves the red mana problem of like hitting red mana for Dragon Stinger, because this just gives us, you know, 1 Tinderwall gives you enough red mana to win the game with. So I think that mana helps a little bit, and going green-red also lets us put Manamorphose in the deck, which is one of the best cards ever printed. 0 mana, or it costs 2, but then you get 2 mana to draw a card. So now our deck size is even effectively smaller. This helps fix for mana. A very common play that we're going to do is like have forests, cycle a bunch of stuff, play a Tinderwall, untap, sacrifice Tinderwall to Manamorphose to add black, so that we can cast Cabal Ritual and then go off from there. That's kind of the main line we're going for combo. So because we've switched, we're putting Deadshot Minotaur, because you can cycle it using forests. I still don't think this is completely finished yet. There's a little bit of like mana troubles, but this is where we're going for now, and it feels more consistent. Onto the sideboard we have, I don't think Duress is good. The whole point of this deck is to combo off quickly. So if you're playing Duress and your opponent has 2 mana open, what if they have 2 counter spells, right? So if you're playing against Delver, they might have like a Spell Stutter Sprite and counter spell. At that point, Duress doesn't do anything, and that's just not great. So what we want to be able to do is limit the opponent's mana. So if they have 2 mana up, we have Red Elemental Blast, and we play Songs of the Damned, they try and Spell Stutter Sprite it, we can counter their Spell Stutter Sprite and just go off. So that's why those are there. Geothermal Crevice is basically a concession to the fact that some matchups are just going to go a little bit slower. So we can replace some of our fast mana with lands, so we don't have to mulligan as much. We can have earlier mana to cast things like Red Elemental Blast. This is obviously still a work in progress. Tinderwall is the opposite effect. This is for matchups where we think we need to go very quickly. Probably against Delver, this might be the case, where you just don't have time to set up, you just kill them right away. So this is just like an extra ritual. 3 Dissenter's Deliverance against decks that we think might bring in artifacts, like Relic of Progenitus, because it kills artifacts, then you can cycle it when you don't need it. And then Horror of the Broken Lands is there if we want to up our creature count, and also it's a good alternate win condition if you just hardcast it. So sometimes we might just try and hardcast this guy, I don't know. And then Baron Moor, to the similar effect with Geothermal Crevice, if we want to up our land count, this is a way to do it without sacrificing too much deck consistency. I don't know how much I'm going to sideboard, but this is kind of where I'm starting. I think pushing to the deck's strengths rather than trying to be reactive is where we want to be. So we want to combo off quickly and just have like 1 Red Blast, counter their spell, and go off, or something like that. So that's the deck. We're going to try it. See you guys round 1. All right. We're playing against MTG 35. Let's go first. This hand is a mulligan. This hand is also a mulligan. Pretty good looking hand though. Ooh, sketchy keep, but a keep nonetheless. We'll get rid of Deadshot Minotaur and a Dranith Healer and see what happens. Yeah, Mold of 5 is not really where you want to be, but we can easily win on a Mold of 5 depending on what deck they're playing. Tron, okay. Not the greatest matchup, but I've seen worse. All right, no land is kind of rough, but also acceptable. Okay, cycle you, give me a land. No, okay. Still actually not that far from going off, and Tron kills very slowly, so okay, I can work with this. They did not have the Tron. Still gonna cycle on our turn here, because again, if I hit a land, that's great for me. Still gonna cycle. Okay. Going pretty deep here. I don't think Tron plays Crypt Incursion in the main deck. They might in the sideboard. Weather the Storm could get us, but it's pretty hard to gain enough life to actually kill us. But I think if I draw a forest, I can just go off. Okay, so they have Tron, and they're just waiting. We're gonna cycle you. It's a lot of Manamorphos, man. I guess I'm gonna discard Manamorphos. This is pretty rough. Yep, so they teachings for a counterspell now. Reign of Revelation. Sure, that's not even a counterspell. Get rid of a Manamorphos, I guess. Okay, okay. Still gonna cycle you. We're just trying to hit a land for Tinderwall. There's our land grant, so they can counter land grant, I guess. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit crazy here. I'm gonna pass turn, discard Deadshot Minotaur, and then next turn I'm gonna land grant. If they counter land grant, I can actually get pretty close to going off. Flashing back teachings, okay. I can work with this. They get Condescend. Can also work with Condescend. So we get a Deadshot Minotaur in our graveyard for free. If we draw a land or another land grant, we can kind of debate them, hopefully. Yeah, actually, this might work out. I need an untapped forest or land grant. And then I probably win. Because they can only counter one spell right now. Oh man, this might work very well. So they get to see my hand, so I guess it's not that great, because there's no way to, like, get them here, you know? But if their only counterspell is Condescend, that's actually pretty good. Like, I can just Songs of the Damned to get all the mana I need. Okay, that resolves. Cool, cool. I get a forest. Nice. So I get to go forest into Tinderwall. Now do you counter Tinderwall? I think they should. That resolved. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I have to go for it. So we're going to sacrifice Tinderwall to add some mana, and that we're going to Manamorphose. I have not played any Chromatic Stars, so playing towards Chromatic Stars is also a pretty good option. The Condescend X equals 5. I think I can just pay 5, right? With Songs of the Damned mana. There's 8, I can Cabal Ritual. Yeah, I'm paying 5 to get 2, but that 2 mana is very important. Okay. And we had green, green. There's a Dranith Stinger. So there's our Tinderwall. Like this for red. Stormcon is 7, so I can actually cycle this Dranith Stinger, because we need to find another Songs of the Damned, I think. Hermetic Sphere is pretty good, so let's Metamorphose for more green. Opponent underestimated the deck. That's a Songs of the Damned, so Chromatic Sphere is going to give us more green. Cast Songs. Play Reaping the Graves, getting back a bunch of stuff. And I think this might just be lethal. So I need my Tinder Walls. And I just get my whole graveyard. That's great. All right, we have everything back. Let's play you. Sack you for red. Play you. Sack you for red. And we're just going to play Dranith Stinger and start going off here. Cycle Street Wraith. Always yield. Cycle another Street Wraith. The second Street Wraith there was huge. We draw a forest, that doesn't really matter. Start cycling you. There's an okay, that's game. Yeah, we beat Tron. Yeah, we did it. I mean, they only had one counter spell, but still, I don't know how many turns I just passed turn here and then just still got there. So now we need to make the decision. Are we going to play around Relic, or are we going to play around counter spells? Let me look at a typical Tron sideboard. I'm not seeing that many Relic of Progenitus, so I think we're just going to bring in like a couple red elemental blasts. And to facilitate that, I'll bring in one geothermal crevice over a tinder wall, and I can get rid of one Deadshot Minotaur, or maybe two. Because I want cyclers when I'm going off, so like horror is actually kind of better when I'm comboing. But I'm going to be using my red man on red blasts. I'm only bringing in two, I think, because I don't want to dilute my deck too much. Does that seem reasonable? Maybe I cut one more Cabal Ritual for another geothermal crevice. That actually seems kind of reasonable to me. Actually, what if I... No, we'll go like this. Well, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. It's pretty good. I mean, I can actually go off relatively quickly with this hand. So that's good. They might find Bajuka Bog. I don't know. I didn't see any relics in the sideboard. And Geothermal Crevice is actually a pretty sweet sideboard tech. I kind of like it. Also, somehow I'm ahead of my opponent on time. I just realized that. Another Crevice. Cool. We'll play you. And I can cycle the Vantasaur. So we'll just pass turn. At this point, opponent's kind of committed to not hitting Tron anytime soon. So that's good. Evoked Moldrifter. Okay. If I can go off next turn, I think I should try. Cycle you. Dranith Stinger. Okay. Another Reaping the Graves. So I'm going to cycle Straight Wraith and see what I hit here. I draw a Forest. So they're tapped out. This gives me green-black. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra cards in my graveyard. Potentially more if I hit something. I think I just go for it. There's not that much to miss, right? And by go for it, I mean I just start by cycling here. Baron Moore. I think let's just try it. We do all of that, we get to cycle Baron Moore. Okay. Metamorphose. Green black for green black. Deadshot Minotaur is good. So I can Cabal Ritual now. Cycle you. Can't actually cast that. So Reaping the Graves can get back a couple things. So I'm just going deep, I think. We might as well go for it. Storm count is 3. Songs of the Damned gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. That's not ideal. So we're going to Reaping the Graves here. Get all of our creatures back. Here, here, here. Kind of anemic, but it's where we're at right now. Cycle you, because we have another Reaping the Graves, so we just need to hit like a Chromatic Star. Or something like that. Or just a lot of creatures that cycle for black mana. Like this. That's actually quite good. Songs of the Damned. That's still not that much mana though. That's a little bit of my concern here. Chromatic Sphere is pretty good though. Yeah, that is Storm. We get to add green because we want to find our Tinder Wall. Deadshot Minotaur is not where we want to be. So... kind of in a pickle. I can Reaping the Graves and I have 2 Street Wraiths. So I guess I do that. And I go down to my last green, but that's okay. Because I can hit a Tinder Wall off these Street Wraiths and then keep going. Stinger, Wraith, here, 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 here. Okay. Come on, deck. Give me the goods. Land Grant doesn't do it. Stinger does not do it. So I did whiff, which is actually really bad. Alright. No! Oh my god. Why are you 1 card later? Get rid of these land grants and the hard to cycle creature. Ah, that's so unfortunate. Literally 1 card deeper. I kind of want this forest. Yeah, alright. We tried. They tapped out. I probably could have waited 1 more turn, honestly. That's what I'm figuring out. Like, how much interaction does my opponent have? How scared do I need to be? Because now I can go Tinder Wall. Sack this for double red. Cycle Straight Wraith. There's another forest. So I guess I can just play a Dranith Stinger. And this tells me a little bit about their sideboarding plan. Because I could play another one off Metamorphose, and that's pretty good. Dendrova Horror I probably just concede to. How many Songs of the Damned have I used? Not many. Okay, I'm actually okay with this. Cycle you. Place yield. Okay. Okay. We play our land. I'm gonna attack for 2. Down to 18. I can Manamorphose just to see what happens. They probably counter this, but if they don't, that's quite good. Okay, let's go red, black. Cast Cabal Ritual. The hope was they would let this resolve, but there's no way they do, right? Maybe that was too greedy. Maybe I'm just supposed to cast a Dranith Stinger there, but they just counter it anyway, so cycle you. Okay. I mean, I have a bunch of uncastable cards in hand, but I can cycle them to kill my opponent. And then they can Teachings for, like, Hydroblast? Blue Elemental Blast? Dispel. Okay. Dispel doesn't do a whole lot for us. Or for them. They play Mnemonic Wall, getting back Prohibit probably. Yeah, I tried to go off just a little bit too soon. If I had, like, any tiny bit more mana, I mean, I was 1 card away from getting there. Oh, we'll start here. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna cycle you. I know they can dispel my Songs of the Damned, but Tinderwall is pretty decent. And we're just gonna go right for the Dranith Stinger where they're tapped low. They have more, they have another Prohibit. Oh wait, they got Prohibit. That's right, forgot about that. I just remember the Dispel. I mean, I think I'm losing this. They're at 15. I'm doing 1 damage per cycle. Alright, I'll concede to that. I won't make them play it out. Game 3, I'm on the play, which is very scary for the opponent. And I think being on the play makes me want to go back to being very fast. Like, do I even care about Red Blast? I think I would rather just have plays. Like, I think I'd rather just be able to kill them sooner. What did I get rid of? Some Deadshot Minotaurs? So I think I'm running Geothermal Crevice over a Deadshot Minotaur. And that seems like a worse top deck than Cabal Ritual. So we're just going to run it as if it was the main deck on the play. Or am I missing one thing? Deadshot Minotaur's in over something. I don't know. We're just gonna use it as if we're on the play, trying to win as fast as possible. Got a mulligan. We can keep this. It's not great, but it's okay. Get rid of a Songs of the Damned. It's a good card, but again, you don't want to draw it too early. And I'm gonna cycle, but on their turn. Okay, so we can cycle now. If they play Relic here, I'm gonna be so sad. I should have done this at end of turn. That would be the ultimate gotcha moment. Alright, cycle you. Cycle you. Land Grant, yes. So you can see my hand, they can't counter this. Get Forest. We're gonna play Tinderwall, which they also cannot counter. Last turn. I could play Dranith Stinger right now, but I think that's worse than just trying to go off. Okay, so they're gonna have mana next turn. So if I can go off this turn, then we win. Like if I top deck Manamorphose, we're just going for it. But if I just draw that, I guess we cycle and see what happens. Cycle, cycle. Let's draw Baron Moor now, I guess. Oh, alright. Manamorphose, let's go. I don't know about this main phase cycling, but I don't know if I'm beating a Bajuka Bog anyway, so if I draw Baron Moor there and get to play it, that's so good for me. Okay, opponent got the turn 3 Tron with Prophetic Prism, which is very scary. But that's only 1 counterspell and we drew Chromatic Sphere. Okay, I like that. So I can just play Chromatic Sphere. Nothing to see here. There's a lot of things we can do. They can only have at most 1 counterspell here. And they have to counter Songs of the Damned. I think 1 more draw step gets me pretty far. Although then they could maybe have 2 counterspells, but then they're not doing anything. So let's cycle you. Okay, pass turn. So they're gonna tutor up something, I imagine, with Mystical Teachings. Oh, they didn't do anything end of turn. Okay, that's pretty great for me, actually. I can beat 1 counterspell, because I have double Songs of the Damned in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in graveyard, soon to be 7. And they know my hand, too. I'm gonna move this microphone cord. There we go. Okay, so Cave of Temptation, and they're just tapping out for Dinrova Horror, it looks like. Oh man, they're tapped out. I love it. All right, I think we win. A lot of respect to the opponent there. Yeah, I think I just win. So we need to play this somewhat carefully here. We're gonna sacrifice Tinderwall, then use that red to add black, because green is important. There's a Cabal Ritual, so I think I just do that. Then I cycle you. I can play Baron more, but that doesn't matter. We're gonna cycle the creatures first. Cycle you. Oh gosh, yeah, they die. There's no days in Pauper. Yeah, okay. I can cast Songs of the Damned. I can cycle Baron more. Then I can cast Land Grant. Get the last forest from my deck and play it. Cycle Carabid. Cycle this. Cycle this. Cycle this. And they die! I could play Tinderwall, sure. Red. Songs of the Damned. Songs of the Damned. I have 39 mana, so I don't need any Tinderwalls because I have the red. So let's get some Dranith Stingers. Dranith Stinger, Dranith Stinger, Horror, Healer, Healer, Healer. So what have I targeted? I guess I can get Street Wraiths, why not? So 1, 2, 3. I think I can just cast these guys and start cycling. Starting with these guys. I have 34 mana, like that's a ton. Metamorphose is pretty good. I'm actually gonna hold off on doing that until I know what mana I need. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh my gosh, we went off so hard. Metamorphose is gonna give us red green. Play you. Cycle you. Cycle you. Chromatic Star for another red. Cast this. Cabal Ritual. Reaping the Graves. Doesn't, well, I guess I could Metamorphose first, sure. Add double green. Cycle. Metamorphose for more green. Tinderwall. Sack. Reaping the Graves. Just get everything. Boom, 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 boom. Haha, we beat Tron. Take that. See you guys next round. All right, we're playing against Venden. I don't know how to say that. We're going first. We're on the draw, but this hand's actually quite good. 2 lands is kind of exactly where you want to be. Unfortunately, we do have to show our opponent our hand, but that's not the end of the world. And if I can avoid playing Tinderwall, I think I will. And if I can avoid playing Land Grant also, I think I'm going to. Yeah, that's actually fine. I wouldn't mind drawing a 3rd land. So we're just going to go Forest Go. Give them less information about what we're playing until we absolutely need to. And then hopefully go off turn 3. The Witches. Okay, sure. I don't think we even need to go off turn 3. This is mono black. The only thing that gets us is Bojuka Bog. We cycle. Alright, so now we do have to show them what's up, but that's okay. Get Forest. Play Forest. I can play Tinderwall, but if it dies, we're actually like kind of in trouble, so we'll just pass. Yeah, Chittering Rats is kind of an issue. I basically don't get a draw step. I think I want to cycle this now. Just to see what I'm hitting. Baron more. So I can just play that for turn. Okay, that actually seems fine. So we put whatever card we want back here. Then we draw the creature we just put on top. We take 1, because mono black doesn't kill you that quickly. So I think there's a good chance we could potentially try and go off here, but I don't see the need. They're not killing me right away. They can keep chittering ratsing me, which is kind of an issue, but it's not that bad. There's no Okiba Gang Shinobi here. Okay, they're keeping up all their mana, so that's fine. There's Reaping the Graves. So if they Bojuka Bog me, that's kind of bad, but other than that, I'm not in too much trouble. So I think I can wait at least 1 more turn here. And I don't want to play Tinderwall because they're just going to kill it right away. So we'll just do that on my turn. Okay, they're still not doing anything. Can I go off like pretty much deterministically here? I think so. I'm going to cycle Street Wraith. Hope to hit more cyclers. Chromatic Star. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't think of, there's not that much they can do. I think I can wait 1 more turn here. I might be getting too greedy, but like, there's no flash black creatures. I go to 8. Yeah, okay. They're just holding up mana. That's cool. So let's go ahead and cycle Carabid. Another Chromatic Star. I mean, these draws have been kind of bad, but we're still okay, I think. All right. Here's where we just go for it. So I have 5 cards. Let's go ahead and play Tinderwall. Sacrifice you for mana. Then we're going to Chromatic Star for green. I guess I can just cycle this for now. Cycle Street Wraith. Cast Cabal Ritual, because we have 8 cards in graveyard. So let's pop out our graveyard. So we have like a lot of things going on. I can cycle Drannith Healer. Cycle the Vantasaur. Land Grant, sure. Show them what's going on. Get more manas. So now there's no more forests left in our deck, which is great. I think I'm going to Manamorphose here to get more green. Because I at least have 1 Tinderwall. There's another Drannith Healer, so we can cycle you. Okay, so there's our swamp. So now I can cast Songs of the Damned. There's 10 mana. I guess I have 1 Drannith Stinger. Let's cast Chromatic Star here. It's just gonna add green. There's another Songs of the Damned. Basically, I'm trying to get my cyclers in the graveyard before I cast songs here. Another Chromatic Star, add more green. That's actually kind of a lot of green. Maybe I'll just add red here. Okay, Tinderwall is great. This gives us more red. And now I think I can Songs of the Damned pretty comfortably. 15. Let's just do it again, Reaping the Graves. Make sure Reaping the Graves gives me all my creatures back. So we're going to start at the top here. Getting you, Dreadshot, Street Wraith, Carabid, Tinderwall, Minotaur. I'm actually trying to not get too many Street Wraiths if I can avoid it, but I think I can just get every single creature in my graveyard. Alright, well we have a lot of mana. There's 1 Songs of the Damned left in our deck. And we just gotta find it. I can play the Stinger and start pinging them, but I think I'm actually better off cycling stuff until I hit more things. Order of the Broken Lands could be good. Cycle you. Cycle you. Okay, Cabal Ritual is huge here. We're really just looking for another Stinger, but that okay, opponent F6 now, I think. Sacrifice. So now we're gonna cast this. Start cycling. Okay, Reaping the Grave. So we pretty much win here. I can't think of a way for them to stop this from happening. Chromatic Sphere, Chromatic Star. Cycle some of you. I don't really want to cycle these Street Wraiths too much. I'm at 6. I don't know if they have an instant speed way to kill me, but it's definitely possible. It's a lot of Minotaur. I'll cycle 1 here. Go down to 4. Tinderwall, sure. Cycle more Minotaurs. I really am trying to find more Drannith Stingers. Metamorphose can get me more green, but yeah, I guess I might as well do that. There we go. Second Drannith Stinger's kind of game over. So we cast Reaping the Graves here, I guess is probably enough to win. So we target all these things. Okay. I can actually play a Drannith Healer too if I need to. This is kind of disgusting. I mean, I'm like going off hard here. So one of these targets Deadshot Minotaur, but the rest just fizzle because I have too much stuff, which is kind of understandable. Cast Tinderwall. Sacrifice it. Cast Tinderwall. Sacrifice it. Cast Tinderwall. Sacrifice it. Play my other Drannith Stinger. Okay, they just let that happen, so they're just dead here. If they try and kill any of them in response, I can just completely ping them to death. And we could just cycle all these dudes. Really looking for more Drannith Stingers, though. Okay, Reaping the Graves, they're dead. I don't actually want a land grant. I don't want them knowing what's going on. Alright, I'm gonna play this. I want to add white and cast one of my healer dudes. Just so I can cycle more cards here. Sacrifice a creature and loses 1 life. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna kill them now. Yeah, I think their hope was that I go down to 2 life. So if I actually cycle the Street Wraith, they could have double guessed the verdict and killed me. But I didn't, so they couldn't. Against mono black, they're gonna have a whole bunch of discard and potentially a relic, although sometimes they run Bajuka Bog. I think I might just want like 2 Dissenter's Deliverance over something like a Tinderwall. Seems okay. And what else do I want? I could go down to just 1 Tinderwall, but that seems pretty low. Like 2 seems the right number, because you want to have about 1 per draw. I'm just trying to think what else I can cut. Maybe it's a chromatic sphere. I guess we'll try that. I don't know. Never played against mono black with this deck, so hard to say. So this hand's a clear mulligan. Basically, you have to mulligan until you hit lands. This hand's pretty good, but I'm going to put back a Songs of the Damned because you don't want too many in your opening hand, as weird as it might sound. You'd rather draw them like after you start going off. And I'm going to play 1 Chromatic Star, but I'm going to keep another one in hand for Wrench Mind. Okay, Witches is fine. There's Reaping the Graves. I don't have any cyclers though. I'm gonna keep this in hand still. Wrench Mind could get us. Oh man, okay. We go in that direction, huh? I respect it. This will change how I sideboard. So Choking Sands. I can crack my Chromatic Star, and I probably want to here. Let's add black. Because I need to kill them pretty fast now, if they're going this route. There's Dissenter's Deliverance. So let's play Chromatic Star and just pass turn. I can't believe I haven't found any cycling creatures yet, but I guess sometimes that happens. They might give us Threshold on our own. Phyrexian Rager is not Choking Sands. They have not played Bojuka Bog either. Baron Moor. So we're just going to play this. Pass turn. As long as the Damned looking pretty anemic, but we'll get there. Another Rager is fine. They play a Baron Moor. So that means they want to cast their guy. So I have an option here. I can cycle Dissenter's Deliverance, but I pretty much just lose if they have Relic. But I need to kill them like next turn. So I think I do cycle this. I think if they had Relic, they would have played it there. There's a Carabid and a Carabid. So hitting a land here would be pretty nice, but getting killed by Bojuka Bog would really, really be rough. So we're gonna wait, take 1 more turn, and then just try and kill them on the following turn. Because there's no way they think that they can kill me here. Okay, Chittering Rats is kind of rough, because I haven't played a land yet. Alright, I'm gonna cycle this guy. Bojuka Bog gets me, but I needed to hit another cycler here, just to like maximize my card efficiency. I can put Manamorphose on top, I guess. And that's not a Bojuka Bog, and I don't think it's a Relic. Secondary Chittering Rats. So I know what the top card is, so I could just put back another Manamorphose, and we just gotta try and go off next turn. Alright. If I can go off from this position, we can go off from pretty much any position. Double Chittering Rats is really rough, but Manamorphose is like the opposite of Chittering Rats, so it's not so bad. And I'm just dead next turn. If they have any like big creature, we just die, so we're just going deep. We know that. We're drawing Manamorphose. Here, what am I doing? So I think I have to Manamorphose into Manamorphose to hit Threshold. This is going to be black. Actually, no, I can go Manamorphose, black. Cycle the Carabid. Or no, cycle Chromatic Star to add red or whatever. Cast Cabal Ritual. Then cycle the Carabid. Then we Chromatic Star for green. Hitting Tinderwall there would have been pretty nice, but we can cycle a Carabid at least. Cabal Ritual is huge. And I can cycle the Deadshot Minotaur first. How many creatures in my graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5. So Songs of the Damned is not going to add that much right now. So I think I'm actually better off starting with Cabal Ritual, but then I lose my green mana. I think that's better. Chromatic Star for green. And we want to hit Tinderwall. Reaping the Graves. Okay, so we have 2 Reaping the Graves now. This is going to add green. Street Wraith, sure. Land Grant's pretty nice. Get a Forest, play Forest, cycle Deadshot. Songs of the Damned. Up to 7. So I can play another Songs of the Damned. That'll be my second copy. Or I can just do this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4... I think I'm just going to cast Reaping the Graves. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't need the extra storm count, and I can't really like cycle Deadshot Minotaurs too easily. So I'd rather wait until I get more creatures in my graveyard. I think I targeted everything. Alright, get that back. So we start with Street Wraith. Cycle another Street Wraith. I go down to 4, which is okay. Cycle Horror because it's more prohibitively casted. We're really just looking for Tinderwall, but I think I cited those out, which I feel silly about now. I can cycle the Carabid. Dissenter's Deliverance is so awkward. That would have been a Tinderwall. Cycle the Carabid. Cabal Ritual. There we go. All right, do that. Cycle this. Cycle this. Cycle this. Can I please get a Tinderwall? Cabal Ritual. Keep going, keep going. Cycle this. Cycle this. We might get there. I need to keep this green up. Land Grant I can just use for Storm. So now my graveyard is pretty large, so I do Songs of the Damned and then Reaping the Graves. I think I have one more Songs of the Damned left in the deck. Here, 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 here. Yeah, just get everything. Target randomly, because who cares? Alright, so we need to hit pretty well, I think. No Tinderwalls has been really brutal. Alright, so let's start with 4 of the Broken Lands. There's the Stinger, okay. Cycle this. Reaping the Graves is not that great. Cycle this. There's another Stinger. Come on, deck. Another Land Grant doesn't do anything. Swamp doesn't do anything. No! No! Alright, I think I'm fizzling here. Unless I get Songs of the Damned like this. Oh, Metamorphose. We're gonna cycle a Street Wraith. Oh boy. I cannot cycle another Street Wraith. So I pretty much just need to hit something here. We'll cycle you. Okay. Metamorphose. They're gonna give us green black. There's Tinderwall. Okay. That gives us a shot, maybe. So we do that. This is still really, really challenging though. I need to hit Songs of the Damned like right now. Metamorphose is gonna give us from red to green black. And then I can cycle this guy. Alright, so now I need to cycle the Minotaur and it's just Songs of the Damned that gets there. Okay! That might do it. Can cycle you. I need to hit a Chromatic Star or something. I used all of them. I might not actually have a way to win the game. I don't know if I do. I think I had to use all of my colored mana there. Oh no. It's such a bad sequence that we hit. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't have any colored mana left. Alright, I mean, I keep cycling. This is so unfortunate. Because now there's no amount of cycling that can actually kill them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cast Songs of the Damned. We're at 2 life, which is so awkward. 23 mana, and I think I'm just gonna hardcast some dudes. And hope they don't have any life disruption or something. I don't know. Street Wraith. I want my Tinderwall or these guys. Doesn't really matter the rest. That's way too much storm count. So I think we're going to game 3. If I had any colored man, I could win right now. But I just drew so that I ran out of colored man at the wrong time. Alright, deck. So, cast you. Cast you. Cast you. I'm dead to so many things here. Cast you. And pass turn, discarding a whole bunch of uncastable things. Oh boy. This. I don't need 2 of these, I guess. Oh, maybe I do. Discard that. That. How do I have more things? Oh gosh. You know what? Oh no, you don't get any priority. So I'm just gonna F6 here. If they cited wrong, it's possible I can win from this position, but I don't think so. Alright, we died. Opponent waited a while. They're probably just sitting until seeing if they died or not. So yeah, taking out those 2 Tinderwalls actually kind of cost us that game. So I'm on the play. I think I'm gonna keep in, let's see. Yeah, not having Tinderwall actually lost us that game. So that was bad sideboarding, which again, we're figuring this out. What do I get rid of though? Like, this is like a very, very challenging deck to sideboard with. Maybe I get rid of 1 Tinderwall and 1 Dreadshot Minotaur. I could see that, because if they have a relic, I kind of just lose, but I can beat most of their other draws, so I kind of need to keep Dissenter's Deliverance in the main, and I need to play a little bit quickly. This hand it has a lot of mana. I'm not mulliganing a 3-land hand, and we're just going to lead with Barrenmore, I think. Well, maybe I don't actually need that. We're just going to play Chromatic Star. Go. Because I might actually cycle this, as weird as that sounds. Okay, yeah, so that's why we brought in our Artifact Hate. Got the relic without even mulliganing, too. So we're going to be playing this game pretty slowly. At which point I think I do just want to cast this Barrenmore, or play it out. And I don't see the need to play Tinderwall, but yeah, that's fine. Because we do also need Storm for Songs of the Damned. So I'm also assuming my opponent has like land destruction. Duress is actually not that bad. It's pretty bad, but not the end of the world. And then they eat it. Sure, don't actually care about that. So now they know about the 3rd land. There's a Dranith Stinger. What if I just play a Dranith Stinger? They probably didn't keep in any removal, right? I'm kind of on board with that. Sack this for red. There's a Songs of the Damned. Alright. I'm going to play Tinderwall. Then the Stinger. Last turn. I'm hoping they don't have removal, because it's so bad against us. If they want to kill my lands, that's fine. Guest Verdict gets rid of Tinderwall. So we're going to play another Tinderwall next turn, get rid of Chromatic Star. Street Wraith. Okay, Street Wraith is actually kind of nice. So I'm going to start by playing Tinderwall. That way they can't Guest Verdict my Dranith Stinger. Hit them for 2. And just pass turn, I guess. They're going to be able to eat my Tinderwall for free, which I don't like. Chittering Rats. Okay, I can put back Songs of the Damned to play around Duress, I suppose. Oh no, I don't want to cast that. And I don't really want to do anything, so we'll just pass turn. Did a cycle? Okay. And they activate Relic. They don't even activate Relic. Interesting. Chittering Rats. So this is where things get dicey, because they're going to start, like, just getting us. So I think I am going to cycle this guy. See what I can hit. Cycle this guy. I don't actually have red. What if I... Songs of the Damned here. Cycle this. Is this crazy? That's probably crazy, right? But then I have no cards in hand. You know what? Let's empty our hand. I don't know if this is a terrible idea or a good idea. We're about to find out. Cycle. Alright, this was a terrible idea. Put back Cabal Ritual. They're at 14 though. That's not nothing. Interesting. They attack. I'll block here. They have Disfigure, it gets us anyway, so we get rid of Songs of the Damned. There's our Cabal Ritual. So I can play Chromatic Star, and I can cast Cabal Ritual if I need to, but I need to cycle 14 cards in one turn. That's going to be a pretty difficult feat to manage, I think. Yep, I'll block 1. I could kill it, but that seems horrible. Okay, we're going to get rid of Street Wraith. There's Reaping the Graves. Alright. We're not out of it. I should not have used my Songs of the Damned. I don't know. That just made no sense. The hope was that I could go off right there. So I'm gonna block this one, I guess. They play a Rager, they go down to 12. Okay, so they play Bajuka Bog. I kind of need my graveyard here, so let's just cast Reaping the Graves for a storm count of 2. Targeting Dranith thing. Okay. So now we have our graveyard back. We have 2 minutes left to win here. We have another Cabal Ritual. Alright, well, pass turn. One has 4 cards in hand. Yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to win last game, but I Tinderwalled incorrectly. Songs of the Damned wouldn't really help me here, though. Block this. Take a lot. So Grey Merchant kills me. Alright, well, we're going for it. That's all I can do. Let's add black. There's no possible way I can win here. We actually would have been close. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna concede here. See you guys next round. Oh boy. We're on the draw. If we draw specifically Tinderwall, this hand could be pretty decent. It's hard to think about mulliganing this hand. I'm gonna keep. I have a land, and I'm like so likely to draw cyclers. So we just gotta hope. What is playing green? So that's a great sign for us. Probably elves or something. And we draw a cyclable creature. So the gig's up. They know exactly what we're playing here, but that's cool. I'm trying to think what's better for us. I think Stompy is a better matchup. Gave me the face. I think Stompy's a better matchup than Elves because Elves has Well-Wisher and stuff like that. We just need to hit Tinderwall or more lands very soon. Or like a Street Wraith. Street Wraith would be great because we basically need to get up to like Cabal Ritual mana. Alright, it's Stompy. I feel like Stompy should be a good matchup. Unless we keep sketchy hands like this. But this hand is like close to going off. Tinderwall. Okay, I can at least cycle this. Cabal Ritual. So I will cycle here. Land Grant would be good. Baron Moor would be perfect. Horror of the Broken Lands. I'm actually just going to discard that to hand size. Just filling up my graveyard more. And then, yeah, we just need to draw a land. Opponent plays Quarian Ranger pre-combat. They only have one card in hand, and I'm taking 6 currently. So I take 6. I think I get 2 more draw steps. Like I get this turn, and then the following turn to draw a Tinderwall or Land Grant or a land. Uh-oh. Does that change the clock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only if they draw Elephant Guide. There's Tinderwall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh boy. There are some things that they could draw that would just absolutely kill me. Like Savage Swipe would be bad. They have no cards in hand. How likely is it that I can win from... I think I need one more thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Savage Swipe is the only thing that hurts here. So I'm going to wait one turn. I think I can safely block the Quarian Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I can do this. Because Hunger the Hullpack can't make this have 2 power. Alt Scarts. Okay. And they paid life. Let's see what we can do. Cycler's pretty good. So we're going to sack this. Then we're going to Metamorphose. Whoa. I want black and I guess green because if I draw Tinderwall here, that would be huge. Another Metamorphose. It kind of hurts to use this many Metamorphose, but here we are. So black, green again. Aramid. So now I get to go Cabal Ritual. Cabal Ritual. Start cycling. Cycle. We drew a forest, which is good. I don't need to play it just yet, though. Cycle. Oh man, more Songs of the Damned. So I think I can do this. Metamorphose to get some green, because I have Tinderwall in my graveyard. So let's get double green. Street Wraith was huge. I have to make sure I'm at 2 life, so I actually need to watch that a little bit. Cabal Ritual is great. And Songs of the Damned adds 14. How many creatures in my graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't actually have to play Songs of the Damned yet. I can wait to fill my graveyard more. Because that's exactly how many cards I'm getting back here. I think I might have this. I just need to make sure I don't cycle Street Wraith until I gain life. I can play Tinderwall. Sack it for double red. I think at this point I can play this dude. Seems pretty safe. Cycle. Always yield. They were so kind. Okay, Drannith Healer I kind of want. I want to find white mana somehow. But I don't need it. Drannith Healer, so I don't need 2, but I guess I can just cycle these. I wish I could like hide Street Wraith from my hand because it's scaring me. Secondary Drannith Stinger is probably just game over, I think. Cycle this. So that gives me white mana. And then I can cycle my Street Wraith? Sure. Sack for white. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. So let's play you. Then at this point I Songs of the Damned because I have 2. And I cycle this. Always yield. And now I can cycle Street Wraith. There's another Reaping the Graves, so... I guess I have double green so I can cycle this guy. Now, okay, I can play just this Tinderwall, I suppose. Sack that. I can go down to 1. There's no way they can hurt me here. Keep ordering these wrong, but that's okay. Cycle Dranith Healer. Good game. Look at, I had all this in hand too. Like, they were very dead. All right. Game 2. I wish I could read their message in between games, but Mono Green has a couple things. They could bring in Relic. I gotta see how many Relic of Progenitus they actually run though. So I just checked. I don't think they're actually running Relic of Progenitus mostly. So I don't think I'm gonna sideboard at all. I could bring in like things like Gnaw to the Bone, but basically being able to combo off quickly is our best. It's our best shot here. So we might as well just commit to that. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Again, we got to land on the draw. Hopefully they don't have Relic. I don't want this. There's Nettle Sentinel. They give me a smiley face. Thanks, opponent. Alright. Start land granting. Show them what's up. Get a forest. Play the forest. Pass turn. We got to be pretty conservative with Street Wraith because it's not necessarily great here. Record. 1-1. 2. Yeah, I think I am 1-1 right now. That might not necessarily be what you're seeing during the video, because sometimes when I'm showcasing a new deck, I will put matches that just show the deck like doing its thing first. So it's more like entertaining for the viewer, because I'm an entertainer, right? I'm not claiming that anything's perfectly competitive or anything. So like a lot of people watch just the first match. So if the first match is me like discarding the hand size for 20 turns and not doing anything, I don't think people want to see that first. And then the people who want to see all the matches, like, you'll still be able to see all 5 matches. Riverball, okay. I mean, that's a fast start. So let's cycle the harder to cycle guy, Deadshot Minotaur. Double Street Wraith is a little bit suspicious. And Reaping the Graves. Cycle this and see what happens here. So I can go deep on Street Wraith. I think that's my only chance at winning, is like hitting a land here. Okay, well, we hit Cabal Ritual, which is still actually pretty good, but I need Tinderwall, like, right now. I don't know about Double Street Wraith there, because I'm dead next turn, basically. Just tell my opponent that I made this deck, so you can find it on YouTube. So if you're the opponent, here, hello. I think I'm dead, though. Dranith Healer. So is there any sequence of draws I could hit? I don't think so, but we'll see. Opponent says, hi, mom. Yeah, we die here. Nothing I can do, so we're just going to concede. A little unfortunate, but we did keep a sketchy hand, so that's kind of what happens. I'm not going to change anything. They're just racing, and Gnaw to the Bone is too slow. If we can get up to 3 mana, we should be winning anyway. This hand is actually kind of good. I've Baron more, yeah. This is more the style. So I think with a hand like this, basically if I draw a land grant in the first like 5 draw steps, or a forest, I'm going to win. And if I don't do that, then I might lose. Opponent mulled to 6, okay. Play you, tapped. Kind of awkward, but it's better than getting wrecked. So please don't be a relic. Okay, it's not a relic. I can work with that. Chromatic Star. I think in this case I want to cycle, because hitting a land here would be really good. We just gotta hope their start is not too quick. Opponent said more things. Always have it. Yeah, Burning Tree Emissary turn 2 every game is another reason why we're kind of getting wrecked. Because what they kill us like turn 3 and then turn 4, like that's kind of scary. Tinderwall would be like a really good blocker here too. Alright, land grant. Forest is good too. I can work with that. So let's go Forest, cycle Deadshot first, and then play Chromatic Star, because at least if they kill Chromatic Star, we get a card. If they kill Chromatic Sphere, we do not. Because the card draw here is tied to the activated ability. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's going to be 7. And they don't have any, like, pump spell. Alright. I don't think I'm dying next turn, but I only have 1 more turn here. So let's cycle this. Because, again, we're trying to hit a land so that we can play it. Cycle this. There you go. Land grant. So they can see what's the deal. Play forest, and pass. And that's what we wanted. If they don't kill us or don't kill our graveyard, I think we can win. Yep. But we're not dead. And our graveyard is still intact, and they're potentially holding up Weather the Storm. That's definitely something I could see them having. But we should be able to beat a Weather the Storm. Tinderwall is huge here, actually. Tinderwall is awesome. Yeah, I'm down for that. Play you. Sacrifice this at double red. We're going to Cabal Ritual because I have Threshold. Then we're going to play Metamorphose? That was a sentence, don't worry. I'm going to get double green. Land Grant is actually pretty great too. Show them my hand, I get a forest. I can play Chromatic Sphere. So right now I have one Tinderwall. So I'm going to crack the Chromatic Sphere for green. And then we're going to cycle Vantasaur. And then I'll use green to cycle this Vantasaur because, you know, we don't need like crazy amounts of green. Storm count is 5. So I think at this point I'm going to Songs of the Damned because that gives me a lot of mana. Yeah. Count is 6. So if I play this, then I can get all my creatures back. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now if I play Reaping the Graves, I just get all my creatures for free. Alright, so I'm going to Chromatic Star for green again just to see if I can draw anything. Deadshot Minotaur, I will cycle. We really want to hit like a Tinderwall. Horror, I guess I cycle. Drannith Stinger. I cycle that too, because we need one more Songs of the Damned, I think. There we go. So now this is going to give green. Metamorphose, okay, that's very, very good. This is going to add double green. Okay. Drannith Stinger again, so we can cycle you, probably at this point, using a green. Okay. That'll do it. Reaping the Graves, getting everything back. Very Macabre would be really brutal, so that, we need Tinderwall. And then after that, we want all of the creatures that are free to cycle. And then Carabid. What do I get? This? Oh, did I get this? Yeah, I did. Drannith Stinger, Tinderwall, that. What am I missing? Alright, we're missing this Minotaur and this Minotaur. So we have 10 mana, or 13, 14. We have double Reaping the Graves. I think we should be able to win. If we hit like any more mana in the next couple cards, we should just go off. So we play this to get a red. Sack this, play Stinger. So they can gain 24 life if they have Weather the Storm. And if we hit one Songs of the Damned, we should be able to do way more than that. We've only hit 2 Songs of the Damned here. Okay, and they played it too early as well, which is great. So yeah, I figured, I guess now is the test. Can we beat Weather the Storm? I believe the answer is yes. It's harder. We need to play a bit more aggressive with our mana and such. So let's cycle the things that are harder to cycle. Auto yield to these. Street Wraith is huge. Cabal Ritual also really good. Cycle this. Yeah, they should have waited on Weather the Storm, but I don't think there's any way they could have known that like it's hard for me to kill them at instant speed. Drannith Healer, sure. Metamorphose is great, but I don't actually want to do it just yet. We want to hit some like Tinderwalls and stuff. Horror, sure. Carabid. Okay, so my mana's getting a bit low, but I have to hit Songs of the Damned at some point, right? Or I've only hit 2 Cabal Rituals as well. Another Stinger, that's good. So let's do this to add some red. Black. Another Stinger, so they said something. Yeah, they could have gained quite a bit more. So I can play the Stingers, but if I don't hit Songs of the Damned, then I kind of lose. I think I'm just gonna cycle this for now. Tinderwall is good, okay. We'll do that, add some red. That lets me cycle another Dread Shot. Come on, deck, give me Songs of the Damned or Cabal Ritual. Drannith Healer. Yeah, I need to play towards going bigger, I think. Okay, Cabal Ritual, that was actually pretty timely. I don't have to use any red mana or anything. What do I do now? They're at 35, and I have 18 cards left in library. If I find one Songs of the Damned, we just kill them. We find a swamp. There's only 17 cards left in my library. I think I can cycle this. And this. Okay, Tinderwall at least pays for itself. I think now Reaping the Graves is mana positive, so let's do that. We're going to keep 1 black mana. Oh, actually, is that even positive? I've only hit one Street Wraith? What the heck is this luck? All right, I think I hit Street Wraith. I get to Chromatic Star for green, which I need to do anyway. Songs of the Damned. That's not it. All right, so Reaping the Graves, I use this double red. I get back Tinderwall, Street Wraith. Sure. But wait, that doesn't even work with Songs of the Damned, does it? No. So I think I'm just committed to cycling at this point. There we go. Okay, game over. Cycle this. Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. Whew, that was scary. But there were 2 Songs of the Damned left in the bottom 12, so... Trying to Stinger. I need all the creatures that cycle for black. I don't really want Street Wraith, but I guess I'll take it if I can. Alright, that's a lot of stuff. Opponent said something. No, I'm not going to deck out. So we can play more pingers, and that's how we don't deck. Man, that was a clutch Song of the Damned. So here's how we do it. We play this. We get red, play you, play the other one. Yeah, that'll do it. All right, we won another match. See you guys next round. All right, we're playing against Parallax, who I believe, yeah, they're tied for the trophy lead, so this will be hard. Playing against a very good opponent. So if I can win this matchup, this looks like Tron. I think we have a good deck here. Although, you know, catching your opponent off guard is kind of, well, now they see my hand, so they know what's up. You can go Forest, and at this point, I think resolving Tinderwall is actually more important. Pass turn. I want to hit some non-monstrous Carabid Cyclers, if possible. Oh no, they've tried the deck, they know what's up. Opponent says, hope I have a non-Lotus Petal version. I do, but I'm not going to tell them that. Chromatic Star is not necessarily where you want to be, so we're just going to play one. I almost wonder if I was supposed to just discard the hand size there. Hard to say. They could be on Familiars too, I guess. I don't know what Parallax plays. Basic Island suggests to me not Tron. Okay, they're almost certainly not playing Tron. How did they preordain? They put one bottom, one top, okay. Land? Okay, I will in fact cycle Street Wraith. Give me a land. Something I can cycle here. Chromatic Star. Okay, this is a terrible draw. Pass turn. I wonder if they snap my Tinderwall. I think this is Familiars. That's what this looks like. And if it is, Familiars against like the trophy leader with this draw is not where you want to be. Okay, that's a thing I can cycle at least. I wonder if I'm supposed to save Land Grant for another time so that they don't know what's in my hand until I'm going off. Am I supposed to cast this here? Maybe. Yeah, because making them use mana here is good, but kind of awkward if my hand's just so bad. That's the problem. Play that. We're gonna play more Chromatic Stars because we can. Last turn. Okay. Yep. Definitely Familiars. So, I don't know if Familiars really plays counter magic in the main. Come on. It's like the worst draw ever. I'm gonna sacrifice this to add black. Alright, we're gonna cycle this guy. Get out of here. Metamorphose. I can cycle the Vantisaur. I'm not going up this turn. I think next turn's the turn. Deadshot Minotaur. Okay, pass turn. Yeah, I mean, if they can kill me next turn, that's pretty scary and cool. But they don't really want to mill me with Sage's Road Denizen. Chaomancer getting back Preordain. They are milling me. Okay. These are going to hit like my 2 good cards, right? Yeah, Cabal Ritual would have been really good there. And actually, yeah, Tinderwall would have been nice too, but we'll see what we can do. Come on, these draws have been so bad. Okay. Is it now or never? I think it might be, because they can go like Familiar, Ghostly Flicker, Familiar, and kill me. So I think I'm going to play as if I need to go off this turn. I also basically am going to play as if they have no counter magic. So let's just see what happens. How do I even start? I have no mana, that's the problem. I've drawn all garbage. This is going to add black, and I'm going to use Tinderwall. I think I'm just going to go for it. Add black. And I'm going to Metamorphose. Black, green. Because if I draw another Tinderwall, that's good. Okay, Cabal Ritual is good too. So let's start there. If they have counter magic, they probably counter this. Okay, that resolved. That's huge. So let's start cycling these dudes. And I've been halfway through my deck and I haven't seen Songs of the Damned either. So we're just gonna assume we'll find it eventually. Baron Moore is pretty terrible. Guess I'm gonna cycle this monstrous Carabid. Cabal Ritual, sure. At that point I can get green here. Reaping the Graves. Alright, Songs of the Damned. Halfway through my deck, haven't seen it. Let's cast Metamorphose. Guy's gonna add green. Deadshot Minotaur. So I think at this point I'm going to just Reaping the Graves, because I have 2. And that can get me back double Tinderwall and some Street Wraiths. Yeah. I guess I want to preserve 1 black mana here. Tinderwall, Street Wraith, Stinger, and Mantisaur. Play Tinderwall. Sack this for a bunch of red. Play another Tinderwall. Sack this for some red. Alright, deck, please give me Songs of the Damned at some point. Street Wraith into Street Wraith. How was this happening? Literally, alright, start cycling these. This is unreal, actually. I think they just have counter magic for songs now. Street Wraith. There's 4 in the deck! Oh man. There's 4 in the deck. I don't know what else to say here. Let's cycle this using the red. Okay. Does it resolve? Yeah, that's what I figured was gonna happen. If I had found what I was hoping for is I could like hit multiple and then get him that way. I guess it's not just over. We can play Chromatic Star, play Baron Moore, and try and go off next turn. Yeah, if I just hit 2 Songs of the Damned in the top 36 cards of my library, I could have won there. But again, maybe I was supposed to wait a turn to try and go off. Okay, they get back Archaeomancer, and then they're going to Archaeomancer a Prohibit, I imagine. Oh no, they're going to mill 2 Songs of the Damned. I know it. They just hit Baron Moore Land Grant. Okay, I can work with that. So they have 1 Prohibit in hand. That's what we're working with. I have 21 cards in library. I'm at 9 life. I think I'm just going to play Chromatic Sphere and pass. Because I need double black so I can like double cast Songs of the Damned. But I also might just die here. Who knows? They can also do something like Prohibit, Ghostly Flicker, Prohibit, things like that. None of it's good for me. We'll say that. There's the land grant. Would you like to see what's in my hand? There's Tinderwall. Alright, well, we're going for it. They get to know exactly what they're working with. But there's triple Songs of the Damned in the bottom 17. So we're going to start with the Tinderwall. Tinderwall resolves. What do I do? How do I win this game? I think it starts by sacrificing this and cycling a Minotaur. Hitting songs that... God, why? These draws, man. Cycle for red. Cycle? There's 1. I'm at 6. Can they kill me? I mean, I know they have Prohibit in hand. That's the problem. So I guess I crack this for black. And I have to hit exactly Songs of the Damned here. This is so bad. Alright. We'll try. Because, like, they can mill me out here. So I crack this for black again, but then I don't think I have any colored mana left. Alright, we're dead. That was the worst draws I've had with this deck yet, I think. I think I can look up Parallax's list. No, I cannot. Okay, this seems like a red elemental blast geothermal crevice matchup for sure. We're gonna get rid of some of these Cabal rituals to make that happen. In fact, I think we get rid of all the Cabal rituals. I think probably playing Baron Moore over Swamp just makes sense because I'm like diluting my deck with Red Blast. And then there's some other things to get rid of. I guess I can shave like some land grant, right? I'll cut 1 land grant, cut 1 forest. That way I'm down to effectively 12 lands, which seems reasonable. Well, crazy, but also reasonable. And then get rid of 1 Tinderwall and just play 3 Red Blast. I don't want to like have too many. Just do it like that. Alright, let's go first. Land grant. Keep this. They snap kept as well. Alright, so they get to know what's up. Forest. Play the forest. And I'm gonna just pass turn. I don't want them knowing what I'm gonna draw and stuff like that, but we have one of the cards we need, so that's a start. Opponent pondered and chose to shuffle. Okay. Cycle the Vantasaur. Baronmore I will just play. But I'm gonna cycle the Dranistinger first. Street Wraith. Alright, I'm just gonna play this. Pass turn. Okay. Opponent just has the island up. I can work with this. Monstrous Carabid. So we're gonna cycle Horror. Because hitting a Geothermal Crevice here would be pretty good. Another Songs. I'm just gonna play Chromatic Star and pass. I don't want to get got too hard by, like, if they have a random Bajuka Bog or something. Okay. They play Familiar. Maybe I should just try and win quickly, because they've been tapping out a lot. Now I just have 3 Red Blasts that I'm gonna draw. Reaping the Graves. Can I go off here? I think we should try if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, I think I should just try and go off from this position. This is gonna add black. Because I can draw an untapped forest too. Right. What if I wait 1 turn? Does it get better? I cycle the Carabid. I think it doesn't get better. Let's just go for it. There's our Red Blast. Do I still go for it? I have a Red Blast now. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I have Red Blast. We're safe. Unless they kill me turn 3. I can't imagine them holding up double counter magic. Maybe they can. Maybe that was a mistake. Well, they're surely gonna play another card. No, they're just doing nothing. Oh boy. Opponent, why you gotta play smart? Why you gotta do that to me? Fortunately, I have triple Songs in the Damned, so that's a big game. Deadshot Minotaur. So, green, black, there's my red. I'm gonna cycle here. Forest. Forest is good. I don't know how quickly their deck kills, I'm gonna be honest. They have double counter magic up right now. And they could go Familiar, Mole Drifter, Denizen, kill me. Yeah, this is just me being inexperienced. I think I'm just gonna cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Songs of the Damned. Sure. See if they counter it. So they prohibit that. So let's crack Geothermal Crevice. Play another Songs of the Damned. Okay, that resolved. So now I can cycle this guy. Add red here. Off of the black, because I have a lot of black. Red Elemental Blast the prohibit. Cycle Dranith Healer. Get a bunch of mana. Get a bunch more mana, although I think I can Chromatic Star for green here. Land Grant. Did I play land? I did. So that doesn't really get me too much. So let's Chromatic Star again. I'm not going to crack it. Yeah, I will. I'll crack this for red. I don't need that much green. Okay, that's actually quite good. So we can Songs of the Damned. Land Grant just to add Storm. No forests. Reaping the Graves. Get back, I think everything. Sweet. 14 mana. I have a Pinger. And that's my only Reaping the Graves I've cast so far. But I've used 3 Songs of the Damned. But I guess I might as well just... I kind of need this red mana though. That's the problem. Let's cycle Horror of the Broken Land. See what I hit. Dranith Healer. Another Stinger. Alright, I'll cast it. Prismatic Strands. Prevent all damage. Okay. The reason I stopped testing, yeah, it's really slow. Okay, so they do have Strands, so that's kind of an issue, but at least I know. So they name red. Now I just play creatures probably, right? I mean, I'm gonna cycle this. They take no damage. Metamorphose means I can play things next turn. So what if I just cast Street Wraith? That's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And then I have 7 cards in hand, so I just pass. That's unfortunate though. So I need a way, I guess I need like Flaring Pain in the deck or something. They might be able to kill me here, like Evoke, Snap, Evoke or something. Oh, it dies! Okay! You're saying there's a chance. Another Manamorphose. Let's attack with all my dudes. They take 6. I can cycle this dinosaur friend. And I could just play a Baron more. Pass turn. Okay. Play Mole Drifter. I let this resolve, and then we're going to Red Blast their last card. And if they do nothing, then I can just cycle at end of turn, I think. Cycle this. And hope they don't do anything while I'm tapped out. Okay, we got that far. I can play a Tinderwall now. Tinderwall is nice. They only have 1 Prismatic Strands and they have to flash it back pre-combat. Kind of want to make them use Prismatic Strands here. I guess we attack with both Street Wraiths. Opponent takes 3, goes down to 9. And I think I'm just going to play the healer, or the stinger now. Actually, let me Metamorphose for that, right? Makes more sense. Red. Play you. So they prohibit. Is it worth countering that? I get a second stinger in play, but I lose my red elemental blast. I think I'm gonna cycle this Drannith Healer. Draw Metamorphose. So I'm gonna crack this for... They have double Sunscape Familiar though? Alright, that's fine. I think I just let that happen. Because I can Metamorphose, if I hit exactly Songs of the Damned off this Metamorphose, I can just get there. Maybe that's worth it actually. They have 4 cards in hand? No, we'll just let it happen. They hit me for 2, that's cool. Ghostly Flicker, Island Mole Drifter. So that draws them cards, but they did not target Mystic Sanctuary. I think we still have to go for this though. Let's Red Blast, destroying the Mole Drifter. Double Ghostly Flicker. I can cycle this, I guess, just to get somewhere. Oh! If I had Metamorphosed! I think I might have been able to win if I had Metamorphosed. Oh, that's rough. Well, I'm not necessarily dead, but I'm not alive either. Just getting some waters there. Chaomancer. Ghostly Flicker. Is that lethal? I think that's lethal. Because they Ghostly Flicker Mole Drifter with Sanctuary to draw 1. They draw their whole deck. And then... Good enough. Alright, I'm going to concede here. See you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against Appa 19, who says, "Hello Caleb, am I recording? Yes. Good luck, have fun, you too." The problem is they probably know what I'm playing, so I'm not super excited about that. But I am super excited about this opening hand. So, like, even if you know what I'm playing, there's not that much you can do, or like, with this hand. Turn 1 Baron more, go. Evolving Wilds, that tells me nothing. Hopefully they're not playing Izzet. Izzet's like our worst matchup of all time. Let's cycle you, see what's going on. Forest, Chromatic Star. Don't really need that, we just need to cycle. I need to fill my graveyard with creatures as fast as possible so that Songs of the Damned adds mana. Adds more mana. Snow-covered mountain, oh no. This is definitely Izzet, isn't it? Well, this is the ultimate, oh! Pestilence? Whoa, okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna cycle you. Metamorphose. I'm just gonna discard Chromatic Star, I think. Because Metamorphose is free, although, yeah. I have no idea what this deck is, but I think I don't want to mulligan against them. That's what I'm gathering. Let's go Drannith Healer. Oh, they might have Bojuka Bog. That's definitely possible. I'm gonna play around Bojuka Bog by cycling on their turn. Wander in Death. Alright, this is a Brew. Rakdos Carnarium. So I think if they had Bojuka Bog, they would have played it. They're not pressuring me at all, but some discard would go a long way. All Ritual. Street Wraith. Let's draw. And Grant. What do I do here? If they have Bojuka Bog, I'm so screwed. But they're not doing anything. I think I'm going to save the land grant, so they have no idea what's going on. We're just going to play Chromatic Star and pass turn. And then try and go off next turn. Because this seems like a really good matchup for me. They just have removal and discard, and I don't care that much about any of that. Please no Bojuka Bog. I don't think I can chance it any more turns. Don't do it. Don't bog me. Oh, okay. I think we're just going for it at this point. Cycle Street Wraith. Move to their end step, cycle this. Chromatic Star. I only have like 3 draw steps? Forest. God, I don't know what I'm doing here. I only have 3 draw steps to hit something. I think we're gonna land grant. Thin my deck a bit. And I'm gonna crack a Chromatic Star for black. We're gonna start there. Tinderwall is a good start too, but now I only have 2 card draws. Play Tinderwall. I only have 2 card draw spells. Let's crack this Chromatic Star for black again. Because if I can go off this turn, I would like to. They Bajuka Bog me? I can come back from it. It's just gonna hurt. I'm gonna pass turn. I'm gonna hope they don't have it. I don't think I can count on 2 draw steps to get there. And I don't even know if their deck has Bajuka Bog. So like if they don't, then I'm playing around something that just doesn't exist, and that doesn't make sense to me. They don't. Okay, see? That's what that's what I'm doing. I could discard a card. I'm gonna discard this Forest probably. I don't really care about that. Terminate my Tinderwall. I'll do this. Cycle this. Because I already played a land. Ah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 3 draw steps. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Cabal Ritual. Cabal Ritual. I'm already halfway through my deck, so it's pretty likely that I find the card that, wow, that's a lot of Metamorphose. The Storm card. Green, green. Especially when like half my deck is Cyclers. Yeah, Reaping the Graves, okay. Metamorphose. And add green, green. Metamorphose again. Add green, green. Cycle the Minotaur using 1 green, which is fine. I guess this gives me Storm. Oh, I have to cycle this. Tinderwall was huge there, actually. Check this. Land Grant. Nothing in hand. Songs of the Damned. Get a ton of mana, Reaping the Graves. Storm count is 8, so I have a Dranith Stinger. I think I'm gonna get mostly creatures that give me cards. Dranith Stinger, Street Wraith, Phantasaur, Healer, Phantasaur, Carabid, Horror. Did not target this Minotaur. Okay, that's all I get. So no Tinderwall yet, but the hope is that we just draw another Reaping the Graves, and then we can get Tinderwall. So I feel pretty validated. I think I could just cast this Dranith Stinger as well. Start cycling dudes. Always yield. Another Dranith Stinger. That probably is just lethal, right? Cycle this. Yeah, that's actually just straight up lethal. Horror. Cabal Ritual. Perfect. Cycle this. Cycle this. Man, this deck is so good when it goes off. Land Grant, sure. I mean, that'll tell them that they're just dead, but it gives me more Storm at least. Chromatic Star, we're gonna play that. Play Reaping the Graves, targeting some Tinderwalls. Doesn't really matter, they're super dead here. Opponent offered to concede, which is so nice. I don't really mind. Alright, they conceded. Save the time. So they're red-black discard. This definitely feels like someone who would be running Relic. So I think as much as I don't like Dissenter's Deliverance, I think I just need to have at least a couple main deck outs to Graveyard Hate. And these are going to replace a Deadshot Minotaur and 1 Tinderwall. And then I guess on the draw I'm going to replace Cabal Ritual with Geothermal Crevice because mulliganing again against them is actually kind of bad. Like in general, mulligans are fine, but I want to make sure I hit my lands. I can keep this. It's got 2 lands and they're not land grants, which means I'm gonna have bad draws down the road, but that's okay. We didn't want a mulligan. And the opponent's leading on Ash Barrens, which means they probably have like a super awkward double Ash Barrens draw. So I'm gonna cycle 1 Street Wraith. That's actually a lot of mana. I'm gonna play Tinderwall, pass turn. Tinderwall blocks stuff pretty nicely. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Ash Barrens is a totally fine start here. Snow-covered swamp, sure. Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna go swamp pass. cycle some stuff. Probably discard this forest to a rat or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, well, yeah, we'll discard this forest. I don't really need it. Play Evolving Wilds. So if I can go off here, we actually just win. If I can go off here, I actually just win. This is turn 3 on the draw. Baron Moor. I don't see any reason to go for it here, right? They're not even pressuring me in the slightest, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna cycle this Baron Moor at the end of turn, because I don't really want more lands, I don't think. Terminate my Tinder Wall. Well, that's rude. Okay. Do I do anything with that? They played a land already, so they can't Bajuka Bog me, so I guess I'll cycle a Street Wraith here. There's another song. Alright. I think that's fine. Cycle this. Okay. Dranith Healer. So Song of the Dam right now does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 2 of them. It'll be 6 off Dranith Healer. I think if they had Relic, they would have played it. Like, there's no reason not to run out Relic there. And if this is just like Ninjutsu, the Okiba Gang Shinobi, that's fine. Sure. So things get kind of scary now because they're drawing cards. So we're gonna cycle. I think I have more black cyclers than I do green, so I'm gonna cycle using green mana. Max punished. Yeah, let's just go for it. Cycle this. Songs of the Damned. There's 7 cards now, so we can Chromatic Star for some green. Street Wraith. Another Songs of the Damned, that's pretty good. So let's Manamorphose. Double green. Yeah. I think I kind of want to cycle this Dissenter's Deliverance, but I don't actually need to. I could just Manamorphose for more green. There's a Dranith Stinger. Cycle that using black. Cycle this. I'll use green for this. Okay, another Reaping the Graves. I think we just super win. I'm actually going to add red here. I don't know if I cut any Tinder Walls or not, but I don't want to run out of things. So we can go cycle this. I don't need to. Songs of the Damned. Songs of the Damned. Reaping the Graves. And I think I can get back just about everything. Except Tinderwall, I suppose. So let's play Dranith Stinger. Start cycling stuff. I mean, I think I can just kill them with like what I have in hand already, but we want to hit another Dranith Stinger. Cycle this. I'm at 10 life. There's like no way they can kill me. Yeah, this is probably just the nightmare matchup for the opponent. This is gonna add green-red. Cycle this. Cycle this. It's a lot of Chromatic Stars. Cycle this. Okay, deck, can you give me some green-red here? Alright, I mean, you can get a land. I actually get to play the land. I am just gonna cycle, I guess there's no reason to cycle Dissenter's Deliverance over anything else. Tinder Wall is pretty good. Give me some red. I can use that to cycle this guy. Sure, we'll cast this. Cycle this. Okay, I mean, we're not killing them, but it's getting a little bit sketchy. I mean, I just cast Reaping the Graves, get back some Tinder Walls, I guess. Tinder Wall, this. I don't actually really want Street Wraith because my life total, but I guess I have enough storm count that it doesn't matter. And I got that Tinder Wall. Okay, so I could just play Tinder Walls, get the red mana that I need. My hand is very large. Cast this, get red. Cast this, get red. Gotta find another Dranith Stinger. I don't actually need to find one, but I would like to find one. Cycle you with red. If they go like Dark Ritual, Spirit Guide, Manamorphose, Weather the Storm, I will be very impressed. Alright, well I get a Cabal Ritual out of it. Good game. This seems like literally the worst matchup for the opponent. All right, well, that was a winning record. We had a winning record. We punted a game round 1. Talking to my opponent, I'll come back in just a second here. All right, yeah, so just finished talking to the opponent. Yeah, so we went 3-2, and we misplayed round 1. That would have made us go 4-1, and the only person we actually lost to was the trophy leader, who was right there. So that's a good showing, especially for like just figuring out how to build the deck. I'm gonna talk about the deck now. So things I liked. Tinderwall felt awesome. The sequence of Tinderwall into Manamorphose as a way to get going is like really strong, especially with 2 lands, because like this goes in your graveyard and it makes Songs of the Damned just so much scarier. Things I liked. I'm not sure about most of the sideboard, but in that matchup, Red Elemental Blast felt very good. So I at least think running the full 4 Red Blast is definitely correct. Dissenter's Deliverance is actually pretty nice. Just kind of, if they have a Relic, you can hit them. Unfortunately, not many people are running Relic right now because Graveyard Hate is bad against most other decks. So this is kind of preparing for when the meta shifts. You know, if people try and bring it in, you can have this. If you're comboing off and you don't need it, you can just cycle it. It's not a huge cost. These cards are bad. I'll probably never put them in the deck. So there's that. And then Tinderwall, I kind of like against like the red decks. If you're trying to go like Red Blast Tinderwall really quickly, it could just help you like cast these earlier. I don't think I'm bringing in Baron Moore, and I don't think you need 4 Geothermal Crevice. So there's quite a bit of sideboard possibilities, but this deck as it currently stands seems very good, and I'm excited to keep tuning it. See you guys soon.